And are you supporting and representing RSS in the Janata Party or working for the Janata Party which has been brought into power by the people? So they could not answer that. The party was split. The reason was that RSS always acts in a camouflage manner, has an organized outfit which they try to infiltrate the organizations and try to run down the basic top organization and take over.
This is not a participation in the election, Swapan Dasgupta. Your guilty complex, says Kumar Ketkar. Guilty complex, but this is not participating in an election. This is participating in an anti-corruption movement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, I mean, obviously Mr. Ketkar, with his knowledge of Maharashtra, knows more about the RSS than others, and especially its conspiratorial bent of mind, the so-called conspiratorial bent of mind. But what I think really happened in this case is that I don't think the RSS ever made a secret of its desire to support the Anna movement. From day one, I think it was supporting. It had given its certain support, backing to the Anna movement. The quantum of participation of RSS members through active mobilization or passive mobilization may have differed from area to area, and certainly may have been more in evidence in Delhi than is commonly admitted. But I think the real question is, why was the team Anna not only squeamish about admitting, yes, we have support from the RSS, we have support from X, Y, they even had support from some of the left-wing organizations. I think part of it was a sense of political correctness on the part of some members of Team Anna, who somehow thought that the mere fact that any association, even rubbing shoulders in the crowd with people of the RSS, would somehow tarnish their image, tarnish their reputation, and make them unacceptable to the NGO constituencies which they are very fond of. So it was a problem not so much between Anna Hazare and the RSS, or RSS and Anna Hazare, but it was a problem of certain members who had come out of an NGO movement, come out of a particular culture, where they have a certain disdain for politics, they have a certain disdain particularly of the RSS, where it's just not done on from their association's point of view to be seen to be rubbing. So it's that sort of cultural dissonance which has got them into such a bind, and I think it's really for them to now admit that there's a practical thing, that when you need crowds, you will get crowds from all sections of society, and you can't be picky about who the crowds are. You can be picky about how the course of your movement will be. And if you want to say that we retain a certain pristine purity in that, we are uninfluenced by any other currents, you can do so. But, you know, getting into this thing about whether we got support from Anna, from the RSS, or whether the BJP was a supporter of it, that's really splitting hairs. Because you've got to admit that when you create a mass movement like the JP movement, you will get people from all sections of society coming in.
Yes, and Vinod Mehta, exactly, that's the point, that, you know, whether you are SFI or ABVP or RSS or CPI or SUCI, if the argument was anti-corruption, then I think Team Anna was too much on the defensive, and they felt it's going to work against them if they really reveal who's building the support on their behalf. Vinod Mehta.
Arnab, I think it's disingenuous on the part of Swapan Dasgupta to pretend this doesn't really mean anything, and this letter is nothing, and that there are some members in Team Anna of a leftist persuasion who are upset and who have been forcing this kind of stance. Actually, the call of the opposition to the RSS and the BJP in public platform came from Anna Hazare himself. He was at the center of mocking and ridiculing Digvijay Singh and everybody who suggested the smallest tangential link between the RSS and the BJP and the Hazare campaign. And the reason is quite simple and obvious, that the beauty of the Anna Hazare campaign when it began was its apolitical character. But from the very beginning, from the day it started, it was very keen to hide its political links. Therefore, the apolitical character of the thing was a fraud from day one.
Why?
It was never apolitical.
Why be embarrassed about political groups supporting you? Why?
Why are they embarrassed?
No, but why be? Yes, why are they embarrassed about political groups supporting them? That's like living in a vacuum where you think political parties, political activists, political student groups don't exist. Of course they exist. They are a reality,
Arnab,
Mr. Mehta.
Arnab, the Anna team came to the BJP asking for Jan Lokpal Bill support. I mean, that was part of the thing. If you're lobbying for support, you're getting it also.
No, but then Swapan Dasgupta, Medha Patkar, Malika Sarabhai, Prashant Bhushan would have problems if the open links with the RSS were to be made public. Or the
I'm
support
sure
from
the RSS would have also a lot of. I'm sure the RSS too will have problems. The BJP would have problems. A lot of commonsensical people would have problems with associating with people like that. But you know, this is what happens when there's a big river in spate. A lot of people come along with it.
But Arnab, I don't understand why RSS.
Arnab, this is not the RSS just coming along with Team Anna. This is not saying that can we please come and be part of the audience. This RSS links with Team Anna are very strong and they are organizational and they were there from day one. And therefore it was not just a casual link, it was a very serious link between the two, and the organizational muscle, the financial muscle, all the arrangements, etc. What experience and what background did Team Anna have to not only launch such a big movement, but to organize such a big movement? Where did that managerial strength come from? Did it come from Prashant Bhushan? It did not, it came from the RSS.
Well, you really deflated
they were not only supporting ideology.
You really deflated Prashant Bhushan.
They were conspiring as part of the team, as a closet member of the team. That's what Vinod Mehta you're saying.
I mean,
they were conspiratorial closet members of Team Anna.
No, I think what Vinod has successfully done is he's deflated these poor people who thought that they were really carrying the burden of the popular sentiment on their shoulders, and Vinod has sort of suggested that they are incapable of organizing even a dharna and they need surrogate help. I mean, okay, if that is the case, I think it's a very poor commentary. It's a very poor commentary on the competence of that team.
We're getting two quick responses. Yes, please.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say basically, I don't want to react to what Vinod just said. I think we are losing the theme here. I want to say that you must understand that any alignment with a political party, this or that, causes the kind of problems that they are facing now in Hisar. If you will remember, you have carried out
So you
programs.
keep it covert?
Yeah, that's no, it's not covert. The point is any association.
You keep it disguised?
No, it's any association with a political party.
Camouflage.
There's no camouflage. I'm telling you, that's the allergy you cannot handle. That's the stuff that you pointedly have been carrying out programs, asking us pointed questions about why they're aligning with this party or that. The point is they made a conscious choice at that point in time. I met them also. I wondered because I know them personally, but they kept us at arm's length. They did not want to deal with us, and that was fine. We respected that. That was that.
Quick last word from Kumar Ketkar. Yes, Kumar Ketkar.
I think Vinod asked the right question, because right from day one it was Anna who was saying that they were not associated with RSS, they were not getting support system from RSS, and he was an apolitical movement. Now it is Anna's duty, and Anna must answer. What happened? Did he reply to Sanjay Joshi at all? The point is not that. Why even these people, that is so-called NGOs and the Anna supporters, are squeamish about it, are defensive about it, because they know at their heart that RSS is a conspiratorial organizational outfit. They infiltrate, they camouflage, and they try to take over any movement, any party, any organization, any school, any place. And this nature of RSS is known to many people inside the BJP. In fact, many people in BJP itself privately say that their main concern is RSS and not Congress or not any other party, because RSS, the way it operates, it's not a democratically structured organization. It has its semi-fascist nature, and that particular conspiratorial character was infiltrating in Anna movement, and that is why it was a concern to the other so-called leftist NGOs, because everybody knows this character of the RSS.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for that chat tonight. Maybe Mr. Anna Hazare should come out and tell us what he replied, what he wrote in his reply to Suresh Joshi of the RSS. That will be interesting. We'll follow the story. Thank you very much.